Welcome to Habitly Courses, a production of Manage to Win. Each course is divided into multiple lessons for easy viewing. All are now completely free, so you can watch them on your own or work through them as a team. Please subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and share your favorite lessons with others. Try to find something that helps you be your best. Welcome to Lesson 5. In this lesson, we'll discuss sincere gratitude, the third and final strand of 3 Strands leadership. A while back, I was working with an owner of a company, and his service desk manager went on paternity leave for 3 weeks. A young engineer stepped in, covered the duties while this guy was gone. About a week into it, the boss's administrative assistant emailed me and said, "Just want to let you know this guy's doing a good job." I replied, "Please ask the boss to go out and compliment the guy." The following week, I had my coaching call with the boss, and I said to him, "Did you go out and compliment him?" And he said, "Well, I'm old school. Where I come from, you don't get a compliment for just doing your job." I was pretty frustrated. I politely said, he's not just doing his job, he's going above and beyond, but he'd have none of it. And he would not go out and just walk across the office and compliment this guy. Too bad. It ended up the young engineer quit about 2 months later. He'd had enough of this guy. You don't want to go there. What's the alternative? The third and final habit of 3 Strands leadership is, as I said, sincere gratitude. The client I just told you about is an extreme example of a leader with poor soft skills who did not demonstrate sincere gratitude. Contrary to his beliefs, human beings are social creatures who appreciate and need positive feedback. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, 64% of working Americans leave their jobs because they don't feel valued. As leaders, we need to work towards reversing this statistic for the benefit of ourselves, our employees, and our companies. I want you to realize the starting point for sincere gratitude is you and me as leaders. For you to express sincere gratitude for the contributions and efforts of your team, you must first develop a habit of being thankful for what you have. Focus on the good in your life rather than being bitter about mistakes or the meanness of others, shuttered in a self-imposed solitude of shame, or envious of what somebody else has. Michael Hyatt, the former chairman and CEO of Thomas Nelson Publishers, states in his book, Your Best Year Ever, "The truth is you will never have more of what you want until you become thankful for what you have." Great leaders are humble and thankful, which enables them to sincerely appreciate and encourage their people. Gratitude starts with us as leaders. When leaders are encouraging and thankful, their workplaces are a safe place for people to try to be their best. In 2015, Nick Morgan wrote a piece in Forbes about the social nature of human beings and how this affects communication. He advised, "We are most comfortable when we're connected, sharing strong emotions and stories, and led by a strong, charismatic leader who is keeping us safe and together." Science has concluded we mirror each other in our group. Toxic people develop other toxic people. In contrast, our people mirror the thankfulness, encouragement, and commitment we demonstrate to them and others. These positive behaviors unleash a life-giving antivirus of sincere gratitude that bonds individuals together to basically overcome any challenge. We know within our group we're safe and validated, so we fight to protect our group and advance our cause. However, when a bad boss makes our work environment unsafe and broken, then a different outcome occurs. I like to explain it this way. There's an arcade game called Whack-A-Mole. The objective is when a mole's head pops above the surface of the game, you whack it with a hammer. In a similar way, too many leaders are too focused on catching their people's mistakes and whacking them, rather than building them up by recognizing their contributions. In these situations, employees mirror the negativity of the leader, which results in less commitment to do their best, lack of willingness to take responsibility, and a lot of unnecessary drama in the workplace. In contrast, sincere gratitude is about being someone who is thankful and then extending that gratitude to others by the many ways we demonstrate how we value each team member and their contributions. This creates positivity in our workplace, and the law of natural reciprocity encourages others to mirror our positive attitudes and dedication. Studies have shown people do not remember what you say as much as they remember how you make them feel. Developing a habit to feel thankful for what you have and then expressing sincere gratitude for others makes you a stronger leader. It also determines how convinced your people are that you value them as members of your team. I don't want you to overlook this major point. Gratitude must be sincere. People can spot fake gratitude a mile away, and it will backfire on you. For instance, I was interviewing a young woman recently. As we reviewed her talent assessment, I noticed she'd crossed off a statement that said, "Wendy likes to receive compliments about her work." This means she disagreed with the statement. I said, "That's interesting. I noticed you crossed off the statement that you like to receive compliments. Is that true?" Her reply was legendary. She said, "Oh no, actually, I really like to be complimented. It's just that in my current work environment, my boss comes out once a week and gives us each a compliment. It's like he's checking off a list, and it's totally insincere. I absolutely hate it." To be candid, it's better to ignore someone than to recognize them insincerely. We'll talk more about this in a moment. First, please note that people do not like to be praised in the same way. For instance, I can give one person a Starbucks gift card and they will be ecstatic. Yet, if I give someone else a Starbucks gift card, they might hate it. Perhaps they believe Starbucks burns their coffee, is a big box store, or they don't agree with Starbucks values. So rather than assume how people want to be recognized or do it all the same for everybody, ask them. You can ask people directly or create an employee recognition survey. We've included a sample employee survey below that we use in our consulting. However you ask, be respectful of their wishes. Some people love public attention, whereas others prefer private inquiries and affirmation. Get to know your people and learn their preferences. Then you can recognize employees and reinforce that they're important to your team based on how they want to be recognized. Finally, after recognizing an employee, make sure to document it. Avoid the habit of only documenting mistakes your people make. Remember, that's kind of like whack-a-mole. Instead, invest the time to document their wins and let them know when you do it. Then include all that praise in their performance reviews. Confirm how an employee is doing, praise them for their achievements, and discuss their next bold moves. Sincere gratitude isn't some sort of gimmick. Everyone has a desire for bonding and approval that is biologically hardwired. There's actually a specific part of the human brain which responds strongly to positive feedback. It's called our basal ganglia. Basal ganglia are strongly interconnected with many areas of the brain, including the cerebral cortex, thalamus, and brainstem. What's important, though, is there's considerable evidence that a limbic sector in the basal ganglia plays a central role in reward learning. In other words, positive reinforcement. This means your employees are biologically tuned to receive feedback, especially positive feedback, and it helps them learn and grow. Furthermore, expressing sincere gratitude might just make you feel good too. A recent article on psychologytoday.com advised, studies have linked gratitude with increased satisfaction, motivation, and energy, better sleep and health, and reduced stress and sadness. Grateful people are much more engaged with their environment, leading to greater personal growth and self-acceptance and stronger feelings of purpose, meaning, and specialness. Hey, that's cool. If you're going to implement new habits and develop a contagiously positive culture in your organization, you must consistently recognize and praise good behavior. Regular encouragement and sincere gratitude are critical lubricants in your organization's engine so people, opportunities, and challenges do not grind each other down. but instead work effectively for mutual gain. Here are a handful of ways you can express sincere gratitude in your life. First, you have to mean what you say. Insincere words that are used to manipulate someone are easily noticed. If you cannot be sincere, then quite frankly, zip your mouth closed and don't say anything. Second, the sincerity of your words is communicated in the tone of your voice. This is also true for the tone of our written words, which, by the way, are interpreted by the receiver based on their biases. Our tone of voice is important because it communicates our emotions. If we try to act nice, but are actually angry, then our tone of voice often exposes our veiled attempt to fake it. Third, people also watch your body language. Saying kind words with your arms crossed, or a frown or stern look on your face, or impatiently tapping your foot communicates your true emotions much more loudly than any words you're expressing. If you're going to compliment someone, show them you mean it with a smile and open arms. Fourth, the best compliment is usually brief and specific. You do not need to ramble on and on to sincerely appreciate someone. Be brief, be specific, and then be gone back to your other work. Saying, "You did a great job." Hey, it's brief and might be appreciated, but it's too generic. It's like you didn't put any thought into it. I mean, think about it. You could say the same thing to 1,000 people. Instead, consider the difference when you're more specific. Here's an example. "Hey, I noticed how you caught that error in production last Tuesday. It saved us not only a lot of money, but a ton of pain. That's great work. Keep it up. Thanks." Specific recognition touches a person's heart, and thus it's remembered much longer. Fifth, avoid the big but. There was a survey reported in the book The Carrot Principle years ago. The authors asked thousands of employees across many industries one question: have you been complimented at work during the past year? 65% of respondents said nope. I have a theory. I think this number is skewed because too many leaders have a bad habit of adding a big but to their compliments. For instance, the boss might say, "Nice job on the project this week, but let's try to finish the next one a day earlier." Don't make that mistake. Instead, if you have to correct someone, do it separate of expressing gratitude to them. Sixth, and finally, be thankful daily for what you have and how others are contributing. Remember my earlier story about the boss who walked around passing out compliments once a week and how much the young woman hated it? That leader may have been consistent, but it was just an insincere routine. The leader wasn't engaged with his people. He was just playing a game. Instead, make it a habit to look for opportunities to express sincere gratitude and don't be shy. Encourage people. In closing, here are the tips again. You need to actually mean what you say. You got to watch your tone of voice. You got to check the body language. Be brief and specific. Don't add a but to it or a correction to it. And just focus on being thankful each day. Now you've learned all about 3 strands leadership: systematic power, meaningful work, and sincere gratitude. These principles can help anyone better apply their strengths and be an effective leader. I want to especially emphasize sincere gratitude because it holds everything together. Making people feel valued connects them to you, connects them to your team, and helps motivate them to overcome any challenge that you'll face. In conclusion, please take the online exam for this lesson. Next, what are you going to do differently when it comes to being thankful for what you have and sincerely praising others? I suggest you work on developing a habit of sincere gratitude. As a role model, as a leader, others will develop similar habits and mirror your positive behavior. They won't do it flawlessly, and neither will you. However, demonstrating sincere appreciation for each individual on your team will bond them together. This completes this course. After the exam, review the key skills you learned and really work your plan to be a consistent 3 strands leader.